Sent a Freedom of Information request to UCD about frequent and repeated exam interruptions. Because I'm pretty sure, like, the whole point of the invigilators and student helpers is, like, to make sure everything's just done by the regulations and by the books. And there's got to be some kind of guidance about if you're not supposed to be coming over every literally 2 to 3 minutes. And at one point, the first time, I mean, there was intervals of about a minute and a half where they were asking me for my UCD card. Even though I had everything on the desk, everything was right there. They saw it. Once I put up the sign, I was good after that at the first exam. The second exam, I put up the sign straight away. Took the exam for an hour, no bother. And then little Miss Ponytail comes popping down the aisle to the left, grabs the card. Somebody on the right, grabs my sign. Do you have your UCD card? I mean, like, Jesus. Like, there's gotta, I mean, the audio, the video, all of that. But, you can never have too many exhibits, I don't think. Or I suppose the judge thinks you can have too many exhibits, but I don't think you can never have too much information. So I'm sending the FOI to UCD, saying, Dear FOI officer, I wish to make a request under the Freedom of Information Act 2014 for records concerning UCD card checks, identity verification, examination interruptions, and the role of invigilators and student exam helpers during the in-person examinations. Please provide copies of all records, policies, procedures, guidance documents, training materials, instructions, checklists, operational documents, briefing notes, manuals, presentations, memoranda, reports, correspondence, or other records containing the requirement for students to produce, display, or present the UCD card. Fully admit, I didn't have one. I told the student helpers at the beginning, I don't have one. I said I have my passport in my bag. Or is this blue card okay? It's the TRC, the Temporary Residence Certificate, clearly showing my nationality, so they knew I wasn't Canadian. Of course, they knew I was American from the start there. Yeah, and they said, no, that's fine, that's grand. When I got in there, they getting the exam, they come by, do you have your UCD card? Oh no, here I have on the corner of the table. There's my blue card with my picture that the student union said it was okay. And there's my whatever card, I forget it was that I used. And they said, oh sure, that's grand. Here's a bright fluorescent pink paper to fill out. And I filled that. They said, you do it straight away. I filled that out straight away. And I had that sitting there on the desk with my white paper over it. But you could clearly see fluorescent pink on the desk. Then they came up, I don't know, 2 minutes after I'd started the exam and said, hey, do you have your UCD card? I said, oh no, here, it's right on the piece of paper. And then I made it so that paper was sitting all by itself. I have a demonstrative. And then I have my essay next to it. And you just can't. You can't be taking an exam when they're walking up every 2 to 3 minutes saying, do you have your UCD card? Do you have your UCD card? So on day one, I had to actually walk up. I talked to the invigilators. I walked straight up, talked to the invigilators at the table, said, look, this is ridiculous. They see that I have the card. I said, if I didn't have it on my desk, fair enough. But, oh no, that wasn't it. So then I got back and I put up the sign. And I told the invigilator, I said, look, oh no, sorry, it was the next day. Sorry, getting ahead of myself. It was the next day. Well, at some point I remember saying something like, if I didn't have the sign on my desk, like, fair enough, or something to that effect. I can't remember the specifics. But I believe that was like day one, because I think that's why they took the sign off of my desk. So I remember saying that and thinking, so that's why they took the sign off of my desk, because I had said something to the effect of, like, if I didn't have the sign on my desk, fair enough, or something to that effect. But anyways, I got ahead of myself. So yeah, day one, they kept asking me. I went up, went straight up, told the invigilators at the table up there what was going on, grabbed a piece of paper, folded it over, put no UCD card, it's sorted, have form, something to that effect, folded it over and put it on the desk, not a bother. Although I was told I was going to be written, or had a report written on me because I had asked to go early. Oh, you're not allowed to go before an hour's up. And I had what I called a motorcycle accident about a week before. I had gotten permission to sit on my jacket. I was in pain because I didn't know my bank account wasn't working at the time. Like I had a device that had gotten hacked into. So I couldn't order the book I needed for the exam. I couldn't physically go to four courts and pick it up. And certainly there was no point during the school year that I could have gone to UCD to pick the book up, obviously, with everything going on, the harassment up until that point, and UCD completely refusing to do anything about it. So I was like, okay, well, and I explained that to him. I said, look, I've done everything I can. You're allowed to bring a certain book in. I couldn't get that book. I'm in pain. I have a long commute there. I have an exam tomorrow afternoon. I'm just going to cut my losses. I did everything that I could. And at some point, you just got to say, you know what, this is all I can do for this one. And I'm going to come back tomorrow and I'm just going to focus on the next one. And it's better if I leave now. I'll do better, tomorrow. Tomorrow, the next day was criminal defense, so I was going to be grand on that one. In fact, I had so much more to write when they ran me out. Oh my goodness, on the Nicholas, because I was referencing the Nicholas Mew case, Wisconsin versus Nicholas Mew, and I had a lot of thoughts on that I was just screaming at, not really, but just screaming at the at the YouTube there as I'm watching the live trial, like, oh my goodness, he should have gone not guilty by reason of insanity. Like, of course, that wasn't proportional. I mean, he had a big giant knife. It's not like he had just a little knife, and like yes, he was in a fear for his life, but like, oh my goodness, the response he had was not proportionate. And lo and behold, like, just as I'm writing that, not 10 minutes later, I'm in a situation where I'm surrounded, can't get to my phone. They're trying to run me out without my phone. But I'm getting ahead of myself here. And it was like I was having a flashback to him in the river. Like, not that I would ever be able to even stab somebody. I can't, I would never, obviously. But just like, oh my gosh, here I am. These people are surrounding me. They're trying to run me out without my phone. I'm saying my phone is right there. I need my phone. They're not letting me get it. So it was just one flat hand push straight, just one step back. No danger of not even like two or three, like one and a half. That was it. And I got my phone and I got the heck out of there. But yeah, that was after they took the sign off the desk. Almost immediately, do you have your UCD card? I got up to go to the Invigilators, and that's when like people started. I don't even know exactly what happened at that next moment. I know I got up to approach the Invigilators as I had the day before, and then people started coming after me, even though I'd already asked for permission to go to the loo at that point. So, sorry, getting ahead of myself. But anyways, this is just just trying to talk about the UCD thing. But yeah, I had gotten permission to use the loo. I'd raised my hand to get permission to use the loo. Then Miss Ponytail grabbed the card off the sign. Then I was asked for my UCD card. Then I went to approach the invigilator, and it was just very, very hectic at that point. And then I couldn't get up to go to the invigilators. So I grabbed my coat and went to the loo because I couldn't afford to leave my coat there, because if they took they could take my money, they could take anything. Not that I thought they wanted to steal from me, but just to prevent me from being able to escape, to get out of there, to flee to safety, to get away. And I went to the loo to try to, like, which I'd already gotten permission for, just to get a breather. And I put I know you can't have your phone. I had my phone and my tobacco, and you're not allowed to have your phone or your tobacco. So I took that and I set it out. I didn't want to set it at the student table directly outside the bathroom because I didn't think it'd be safe there. So I put it where the invigilators were, just a little bit to the side there, because I'm trying to follow the rules. But I'm being reactive. This is not. I'm not able to think through each step. I'm like, what can I do now? Okay, they grabbed the sign on my desk. I'm gonna go to the invigilators. Oh, okay, things are going crazy. I can't even say exactly what happened. I just know that either there were student helpers, or there was an invigilator, there was something. It was just crazy. And at that point, that's when I went straight to the loo, because I'm like, okay, I went to approach the invigilators. Then I kind of felt like I was, not a physical attack, but there was definitely like hostility coming towards me. And so I went to the loo, but I had to bring my jacket with me because I couldn't. Okay, I'm going to loo. I can't leave my jacket because I need that to get home. Okay, and I'm going to loo. Oh, wait, I can't bring my phone and my tobacco in. That's against the rules. I can't put it here. Let me put it there. So then I go to the loo and I sit in there and I'm like calming down. I didn't even have to use the bathroom. I just needed to have like a few minutes to just, um, that's why I'd asked for permission because, it was halfway through the exam. Just need to get up, stretch my legs, and formulate the next bit that I'm putting down for that. I mean, I knew what I wanted to write, but, stretch your legs for a bit. So anyway, so I put the stuff outside on the invigilator's table. I go to loo. I'm thinking, okay, yeah, I did bring my jacket in here. Now I'm like a lot calmer because I had a few minutes of peace. Nobody was coming at me. I was safe. And I said, oh, yeah, okay, well, I did bring my jacket in here. So it didn't matter that I left my phone and my tobacco out there because I have my jacket in here. So that is a violation of the rules. So, all right. So then I went up to get my phone and they're just shouting and roaring at me and just pointing and yelling and screaming. I'm saying, I need my phone. I need my phone. I need my phone. I'm pointing and they're clearly not letting me get my phone. They're trying to I'm afraid they're going to push me out. And I have the fractured tailbone. I'm not, I'm in pain as it is. The commute is not easy when you're, in that kind of a condition. And once it became clear, I couldn't tell you exactly how much time passed. I'm thinking maybe I don't know, I said I need my phone at least maybe half a dozen times, 6 or 8 times, but it was definitely clear that they were not going to allow me to get my phone. And I was absolutely not going to be leaving there. I wasn't driving. I mean, I was commuting on a bus. I don't know that area. I don't even know getting the bus back. Oh my God, God only knows what they would have done to me. Um, I mean, the whole situation just from the start with the messages is crazy. So yeah, I did one flat push, grabbed my phone and my tobacco, got out of there. I realized I didn't have um, I left my shirt there because everything's just so crazy. So I went in and they stopped me and then I'm like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, nobody's gonna steal my shirt, right? Okay, because again, everything's just reactive. And they stopped me at the door and I was like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, yeah, all right, that's my shirt. I need my shirt. So I sat outside, rolled a couple cigarettes. I think I've just managed to get my shirt. I even put the pen down outside because I'm like, I don't want to get accused of stealing. Same like the day before where I quietly returned the pen. Everything was calm and peaceful. Not a single person was disturbed. Not like the incident reports that say she was saying it was a piece of piss and stormed out. That's even the limited selected footage that they gave me. Yeah, I guess they were more focused on hiding the footage from the second day of the exams because the first day of the exams, it's exactly what I said. Everything calm and peaceful. Nothing like what Paul Brooks said. Um, so, anyways, where was I? So, yeah, what procedure do they have? Are they supposed to come up every minute and a half and ask you? Are they supposed to do other students have to put up signs to prevent them from being hassled? How does that work? The expected frequency, timing, and method of checks during examinations, including whether the cards are to be checked before the exams, during the exams, more than once, or at any particular interval. I mean, obviously, that can be checked more than once if they can't see. They said that the form was hidden complete. Just it's insane how the lies. It's the blatant lies that really get you. Like the Ben Reckless thing. It's like, they said you didn't stop at the stop sign. Like, you stopped. Oh,